I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Haranir racial abilities. The first one that many will notice is Rootwalking. Anywhere in the world you can start doing a little bit of a dance, and it would teleport you to the main city in Haranir, the Den. From there, anywhere you go in Haranir has a chance to have roots, depending on if they want to develop the game that way. Right now, there are 4 main root ways: Amirdrasil, Nordrasil, Teldrasil, and Shaladrathil. Whenever you get to those locations, your root way return will change to root ways that world tree. Activating the ability in that location of Haranir will instead teleport you to that world tree. They have said that as you explore, as things progress in time, more world trees will be added to that ability or can change. I'm not quite sure if they have changed their mind. Personally, my belief is that Vast Millennia, the tree that I started this video at, which is in Eversong Woods, is going to eventually be canonized as some form of world tree, and we will be able to instantly teleport to that world tree from Haranir. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the basis of how to set it up. I do believe that if that is the case, the teleport for that will be kind of that town right before the Light Bloom section that currently houses Shaladrathil, which is in the Broken Isles, if you didn't know where that tree was. And Nordrasil, of course, is Mount Hydril. I feel like those are the 2 least common known tree locations of the 4 that we currently have. Their next big racial is going to be Lash Out. This one is just a passive, which increases your critical strike damage and healing by 1% each. We also have one with Nature, which increases Herbalism skill by 5 and the Finesse by 10, which Finesse increases the chance of gathering additional materials in general, making them the second allied race or race in general in World of Warcraft to have some kind of new profession enhanced racial, the first being Drakthir, their enhanced perception, followed by Subterranean Predator. In the experience you get from killing an aberration, beast, or elemental is increased by 10%, and the damage you do to those things is increased by 1%. Aberrations are almost any void creature, so basically void things, animals, and elementals you get increased XP and damage against, which is nice. The active ability that they have as a racial is Thorn Bloom, and you kind of just have a nice AoE that heals and damages targets in that area. It does a scaling bit of damage at level 80 at 205 damage with an additional 741 nature damage over 12 seconds. Allies get healed at 267 with an additional 889 over 12 seconds. I don't know if you'll get additional points for that based on your stats. Some ratios were like that in the past, but this is probably just a base level-wide scaling kind of ability, and so that's kind of how that is now. Additionally, something to note with Rootwalking, though, is that whenever you have re-emerged out of Haranir into some other location, be it Teldrasil, Amirdrasil, Shaladrasil, whatever, the ability will still say Rootwalking return. Currently, the game lets you do like a 4 Rootwalking loop. There's a glitch in Haranir, so it didn't take me back to Vast Millennia. Instead, it ended up taking me to Orgrimmar, where I had to re-enter that journey. But essentially, you can be in, say, Orgrimmar, go into Haranir, pop out into Teldrasil, and then hit the ability again while you're in Teldrasil, and it'll take you right back to Orgrimmar. It's kind of a giant loop of teleportation, and that currently does not change or recycle until you die. So the only way to remove that loop for Rootwalking is to currently have your Haranir die. The final racial, which is kind of a hidden bonus racial, is something that some races have. It's also something that I speculated was going to happen in a previous video. So there's a new type of animal in World of Warcraft Midnight, the Florafon, which are basically living plant monsters and plant animals. In the lore for Haranir, when they come of age, they have to tame a plant monster, well, the Florafons. So it makes sense that that is an automatic racial for Haranir hunters. Any other race will have to collect a book of how to tame Florafon. It drops at a low percentage currently from races in Haranir. We don't yet know, / it's not yet been confirmed, if that's going to become account-wide or if it's going to be individual character. Some of these books are account-wide, like Bone Mending. Other ones, like the Dinomancer book for Mr. Pandaria, that is character-specific. So it's kind of up in the air currently which one that's going to be. But it is interesting that they have that unique kind of pet ability to start from.